What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Vegito deck profile. So I got second place at the Coretcg tournament. There was about 184 players, I believe, and it was a super awesome tournament. Shout out to Coretcg for hosting such an amazing and huge event. It went pretty smoothly, and honestly, I hope they do these again in the future because it was super awesome. So here's the trophy that I got. And I did play Vegito. I did get second place. Sadly, I wasn't able to take the first place home. I did do a misplay at the final round, game 1. I basically decked myself out. And game 2, he did get me. So yeah, so Cell won the event. But it was overall, like I said, a really good event. And the top 8 players were all really cool and really good players too. I don't really remember my day 1 matchups just because it was a long day and honestly I don't remember. But the day 2 I did face started at Goku, Blue Red, which was really strong. Then after that was Vegeta, Mono Blue, another really strong deck and player. And then finally, like I said, the Cell, which was Blue Green. So here's the deck profile. So Vegito, 4 Kaisen Gokus. He gets you all the Gokus in your deck basically. Usually the Gokus that you grab are going to be used for energy just because you want to keep your hand size at a nice size. So whatever you grab is most likely going to be put as energy. And next is the Bulmas. We are playing an energy ramp version of Vegito just because we want to utilize Bobby to its max potential because of Vegito's leader ability. So I'm playing 4 Bulmas because you do want to see it during your first or second turn. So then we play 4 Bundle Curiosity Gokus. These are most likely going to be put as energy. Like I said, the kind of saying Goku's going to get a Goku to be put as energy most likely. And usually the target would be this because you want to save your big guys in your deck. So when you summon Bobby, you have a valid target to summon. So I play 4 of them. If you don't start off with Bobby, then you're gonna want to use these guys to try to draw into them from your deck. So this Goku is really good to play in the deck. And then we play the combo card defender, the vados. That's a staple. It's red. Vegito's red. So, and I got the winner ones. Then we have 3 Whis. I'm only playing 4 Bulma and 3 Whis because I've always liked that ratio. And honestly, you're only playing 1 Wiese per game because that's all you need. You don't need to ramp up much after that because then your Bobby will be live. So you only need this to go off once basically. And yeah, don't run more than 3. You could even cut this down to 2, but you don't want to risk not having 1 in deck. So then I play for the Gokus and Vegeta's is the promo dash promo Goku. This one's really strong because it has crit in him and could help you awaken just in case your opponent is stalling you from awakening, which happens a lot, or happened to me a lot during the tournament. And this guy, I summoned Bobby, got a Princess Speed, and then summoned this guy, and I was a 5 life, and I took the damage, and then I was able to awaken. So I drew 2 cards from Princess Speed, 2 from Awaken, and then Swing with Leader. So I had 5 cards to work with that turn or for the next turn. So that was really amazing. But he has crit, which is really important because you want to be swinging with crit a lot in the beginning, so that later in the game, when they're lower, you could be swinging with your triple strikers or your double strikers, just because you don't want to give them too many resources to use from their life. So the critical battle cards are very important. And I don't play the little ones like Assailing Vegeta and Mighty Attacks on Goku because after they swing, they're most likely going to die through to an attack, and you don't want to use your cards from hand to like try to save them with combo. So the bigger guys are a lot better because they're a lot more threatening and they most likely will survive from attacks. So then it's 3 Prince Speed. The drawing is incredible. I did want to bump it up to 4, but I'm still thinking of what to take out in the deck just because the deck space is really tight right now. So I'm only playing 3 Princess Speed right now, but he's a really strong card. And then we have 3 God Charge Vegeta. And he has critical built in him, which is nice, but where he shines is the 25,000 attack, because 25,000 attack battle cards are very threatening and hard to get rid of. And he has dual attack, so that's really good. So if you want to just do 1 damage to their leader, you could do that. And if you want to get rid of a battle card they have, that you can do that too. So I'm playing 3 because this card's really good. And the critical, like I said, is very important. And to wrap up the Gokus and Vegetas is the Awakening Ray Son Goku. So this card's really nice to wipe up boards. If your opponent plays Go tanks and has tokens on the field, this guy gets rid of them, which is really nice. And if they have like Majibus or Bulmas in the field, or the 1-drop Brolys, then you can wipe them out with this guy too. Or even if they have a threatening guy like a Beerus, 4-drop Beerus, or they're trying to set up, or have the gold tanks on field, then this card KOs it. So very safe card to summon and to make sure you aren't too pressured the next turn. And I would definitely play 3, no less than that. And then the heart and soul of the deck is 4 Bobbity. So Bobbity is so broken in this deck because it gets you all those big guys that I just showed you, and you get so much plus off of this card. It's insane. The only problem is you gotta wait till you have 6 energy to do so. So you really have to rely on your energy ramp cards to get you there, because you can't really do anything during the beginning of the game, because there's not much to do until you summon Bobbity or your other guys, I guess. But yeah, this deck really focuses on Bobbity, and usually when I summon Bobbity, I usually won the game because my opponent got too overwhelmed with whatever Bobbity was summoning off of the 7 cards. So then I'm playing for the Vegito cards. I have the Lightning Speed Vegito. So I'm not playing more of this card because it's a very risk reward card. I did lose my last the finals because of this card. I decked out. I should have been paying attention to how many cards I had in deck. Sadly, I just was getting a little too greedy, and I wanted to bring out my 7-drop Vegeta from my discard pile. So I summoned them off the Bobbity effect, and I milled 10 cards. And sadly, I milled a lot of good big Gokus and Vegetas in there, and I was like getting closer to deck out, and basically I decked out in that game. But don't get me wrong, this card is still really amazing. It did win me a lot of games during the tournament. You just gotta make sure when you summon him or are gonna use his ability. Well, you have to use the ability when you swing. So if you play this card, just remember that you could deck out, and just don't do the same mistake I did, which cost me the finals. But yeah, he's a really good card. Next, we play 4 Vegitos. Forgive me for only having 1 SPR. But yeah, I'm maxing out on this card just because it's one of your best cards to apply pressure or try to go for game. The triple strike is amazing, and not having to combo and having this card being so beefy is so nice. Usually he's going to be getting negated, but if he doesn't get negated and your opponent isn't lethal, you are most likely going to win the game, because he is going to be such high battle power. It's insane. So yeah, I played for it. Bobbity could summon him. Best play you could do in this deck, or one of the better plays you could do, is summon Bobbity, get a Vegeta and a Goku from the ability, swing with them, and hopefully if they survive your next turn, swing with them again, and then you summon this guy. Hopefully you have baited out enough negates to make sure when you summon this guy, you could go for game. So that's really good. Another nifty combo thing is, where is he? This guy. So when you summon him and you apply the critical with him, if you were to Union Potara with the 5-drop Goku, this guy will have critical, because you know how the evolve things carry over, stuff like that. So critical would carry over for the turn to this card. So this would have critical triple strike. That's just a little combo, wombo combo to like keep in mind. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure that's how it works. So max out this card. And then I played the secret rare Vegito. This card won me a lot of games. It's an amazing card. Usually when I summon this card, I win. There was only one time when I summoned it and I wasn't able to win, but I'm not gonna go into too much detail with that. So, and that was in my finals too. It was crazy. You should watch Coretcg's or keep an eye out for Coretcg. They're gonna have the games uploaded so you can see how this card came in clutch for me. But yeah, you don't have to play this card in your deck though, so don't feel like you have to drop so much money to play this deck because you need this card. You don't need it, but it's really nice to have. You know, it's the cherry on top because this card is really powerful, and basically only this deck can play this card. So yeah, this card's insane, and if you have it, play it. If you don't worry about it. So now for the extra cards, I have 2 mokuba, amazing card. I feel like bumping this up to at least 3, but I'm not sure what to take out in the deck. Maybe a Bulma, but I'm not sure. But mokuba was so nice in the tournament. It saved me so many times. And let me give you one scenario that happened. My opponent attacked with the Gotenks, and he has his tokens out, right? He attacks with Gotenks first. I mokuba it. Now his little ghost tokens don't have the double strike, and I stopped that attack as well. So that was just one instance that mokuba came in clutch. Another time, my opponent was playing Goku Black, and I mokuba one of his Goku Blacks, so he wasn't able to turn into Rose or something like that. I'm not gonna go too much detail, but this card is clutch, believe it or not. And usually when you tap out with Babidi, because when you summon Babidi, you're gonna be tapped out, and that's gonna be when you're most vulnerable. And if you have no energy up, you're like, oh, what am I gonna do with mokuba? Like, it's just gonna be a dead card in my hand. I can't use it until I have 8 energy or something, you know. But don't fear not, because there's Zeno button, and Zeno button is really good too, because once you tap out with Babidi, you're gonna be able to stand almost all your energy up, and it's gonna ensure you that you don't die that turn if you have enough resources to survive with combo power. And then it makes mokuba alive because you'll have the energy to use mokuba. So yeah, I really like 3 Zeno button. You don't want to play more of it because it does clog, and like I said, deck space is pretty tight. And then finally, rounding off with Objection. Now, Objection could be a little tough on your hand in the beginning, but it's all worth it because, like I said, Babidi is very powerful, and you want to rush into him as much as possible, as soon as possible. So I have to maximize Objection to 4, and it would suck if you don't start off with Objection, and then after turn 2, if you don't have it, Objection will be dead after that. But if you do get it during your first turn or your second turn, this card will most likely win your game. And especially after the Whis or the Bulma to get you a search for a Whis, and you're gonna be summoning this guy out turn 4, which is really strong, and that's what you're pretty much aiming for. So that's pretty much it. That's the build, guys. If you guys enjoyed or learned a thing or two, let me know down in the comment section below.